Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I can hear myself pretty well. So cool. Seems to be working. Hi, Mandy. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Again, just going to let this linger for the first 10 minutes. Let people start filing in. If my voice seems a little bit off tonight, it's because I am not feeling well. It's just a bug. It's nothing serious or anything like that. But if you do hear something, that would probably be why. Hello, X. How are you? So I'm gonna do my best to hang in there. This is a long story that I chose, and I did not expect that I would be feeling under the weather. Um, so, like I said, I'll do my very best to get through it. Might be a few more mess ups than usual. Uh, I do apologize in advance for when this happens. Hey, Boggs, how are you? Welcome. Nice to see you, man. Still got about 8 more minutes before we officially kick it off. And again, just that way gives people time to join up before I go ahead and start the story. That way they don't miss out on the beginning. Like I said, this one is a pretty long one though, and it's actually the first part of a series. The role of Stephanie obviously will also be read by me in the story. But when I put up the repurposed version of this later on this coming week, Mary P will be playing the role of Stephanie. So definitely come back in. I'm feeling a little bit better, Angel. Thank you very much. Not 100%, but Advil and energy drinks have been keeping me going. I got an awful lot done today, despite everything. And actually, a few guys out to work, the whole 9, going out on Monday, which is it's nice. It's a good win. So yeah, and this is it. This is the final push. Is the live reading. So I'm running on fumes at the moment, but I think I can make it. Hello, Kim. How are you? Welcome. Still got another 6.5 minutes or so to go. Hello, creepy clown girl. Welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. Yeah, it's me vaping over here. Trying to calm my nerves. Live streaming always makes me nervous. Especially Blood and Beans, not so much. It's a very casual type format. This obviously not quite as casual. Streaming does always make me a little bit nervous. The more I do it though, the easier it does seem to get. Oh, vacation sounds nice. I haven't been on vacation in a while. I'm sitting on like 3 weeks of vacation time. I'm taking a day on Monday. A day. I don't know if that counts. Sunday is my birthday, so I figure I'd like for my birthday to not have to worry about going to work the following day. So happy birthday, me. Working on about 4.5 minutes left. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, CCG. I hope you feel better soon. Being sick is never fun. It doesn't matter what it is. I was able to push through my narrating though today. I got all my narrating done. And this bug, Shiloh had it earlier. Later, I guess last week, and then Pockets had it earlier this week. and I thought it skipped me, but apparently not. But the good thing is it's a bug, so I should be fine by tomorrow. So that's good. Tomorrow, it's a FNAF day. Sister Location, Suspicious Locations comes out tomorrow. So I'm doing like this whole like Five Nights at Freddy's thing, be streaming like a whole, well, not all day, but a lot over on my side channel. FNAF VR, Pizzeria Simulator, stuff like that. And then Sister Location Story tomorrow night. So yay. Thank you very much. I love enchiladas. Thank you, CCG. And if you hear scurrying around in the background, I got a kitten in the house that wants to attack everything else. Everything. Yeah, it could do that to you, Boggs. I mean, like I said, I'm living off energy drinks right now at the moment. But after I'm done streaming, I'll probably be done sipping energy drinks. Relax for the rest of the night. Might play a game or whatever, but it's gonna be a chill evening after the stream. Yeah, it's a pretty good way to end it. Sitting here doing a live reading for everybody, almost like we're sitting around a campfire outside, like reading scary stories. It's fun. Jabba plays with everything. That is the kitten's name, by the way, Jabba. It's because when he was born, he looked like a little worm, so that's what I named him. In Western medicine. Is that like whiskey? Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna apologize just once more for the stampede running through the house. Looks like we got just about a minute to go, and then we'll get this thing kicked off for real. If you guys have any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to type them in. I'll more than happy to respond and be responsive. And hey, PA, what's going on, man? Happy Friday. Happy Friday evening. The live reading. Live reading always makes me so nervous. Thank you. Doing okay. I'm hanging in there. For anybody that didn't hear earlier, I am a little bit under the weather. So if you hear a little bit of a difference in my voice, or I mess up a whole lot more than usual, like that is why. Okay, but I'm doing pretty good. I think I can get through it. It is a pretty long story tonight. 3,272 words. Probably about a good 25-minute read. So please bear with me. All right. I'd like to welcome you all to the stream. Thank you for stopping in. I hope you guys are excited to hear this story. I wrote this one a while back. It's actually, like I said, it's part one to a trilogy. So there will be more. I don't know if they'll all be live readings. They might. We might do them live. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Somber, welcome. Nice to see you. You're down there in the comments. But yeah, I'm here. I'm feeling about 75%, so I'm doing okay. I got high hopes. I hope everybody's had a good week. My week's been a little stressful here and there. Ended on a good note though, so definitely no complaints there. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this covered. I just wanted to say hello face to face. There we go. Fuzzy, what's going on, man? Okay. My other tab open here. So, like I said, this is a bit of a longer story. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm going to do my very best to get through this. And please forgive me. It's what I've. Yeah, this was a hard week. Everybody got their stimulus check too, which is good. But as a hiring manager, that's not good. Not a lot of people wanted to go to work this week. So, but we muscle through. And at least this bug I've got, something like a 24-hour bug. So, and I got one hell of an immune system, so I'll be all right. Okay, so I mean, unless you guys got something you want to punch in, I can go ahead and get started with the story. I mean, I figured this is the reason everybody has stopped in anyway, as they they're here to hear me read. So, I'll give another 30 seconds or so to account for the delay, and hit my vape once or twice more, and we'll get going. I swear to God, this kitten is on amphetamines or something. Hey, Josie, how are you? Thank you very much, Beautiful Nightmare, for posting my author page. Yeah, 5 books published right now, and another 6th book on the way. So you'll hear more about that in a couple weeks, 2, maybe 3 weeks, somewhere around there. There'll be a book drop, so just keep an eye out for that one. All right. So go ahead and I'll get started. Once I start reading this, I probably won't take a look over at the comments until I get done. Hi, Josie. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I am again. I'm not feeling 100%. Feeling okay. So excuse me with the story if I mess up a whole bunch of times. All right. So. All right. I'll go ahead and I'll start reading. But like I said, I probably won't be looking at the comments till I'm done. This one is a pretty long one. So without further ado, The Midnight Man of Ambivelance Grove. Desolate roads leading to nowhere are paradoxal, as every road has its own intentions for which it was designed. While all roads will never lead to just one place, all roads do lead someplace. And if the hands of time see fit to reclaim the land and its pathways, destinations, and intentions are doomed to the languish of seasons, ages, and eras. But sometimes a road or destination makes such a profound mark on its surroundings that its impact resonates with the community that has come accustomed to its presence. In these cases, time and weather have no effect, as people, living beings of perception, carry it with them. Living beings of perception carry it with them, passing its memories down to kin, so that these conjurings may live on, short of all but immortality. Most of us are liable to pass by these things every single day without knowing it, but the fact remains that some remain who remember. I was riding into town my first time I saw it. My father took up a new job outside of Richmondville, New York, as a professor at the local agricultural college in Cobleskill, a short 10-minute commute from Richmondville. My head was turned, locked onto the window, and the fleeting images beyond, distant in ponderings regarding my upcoming new social environment. What were the kids going to be like? Would I make new friends? Thoughts seemed to rush through my mind as fast as the scenery outside of the car. Nothing but pine forest as far as the eye could see, and given how thick with flora the woods of the area was, one could not see very far. But despite the But despite the speed, the density of the forest, or the faded nature of its presentation, I saw it for the very first time anyway. See you soon? What the hell was that supposed to mean? A large, old wooden sign whose lettering had become chipped, cracked, and worn sat out of place in the forest, just within distance enough to be able to discern it within the woods surrounding it. See you soon. But set far enough within the tree line to lend itself as obscure and out of place. The placard almost purposefully awkward, facing the road, as if it sat patiently in wait for some unknown passerby to turn off the road and head straight into the woods with some sort of unknown yet rational ambition. But my thoughts on the strange phrase fleeted by as fast as we sped by it, and months would pass before I would think about it again. I was in my new school for only a quarter before I had gained myself a good group of companions and found myself in the companionship of my newly found girlfriend, Stephanie. We had been going out merely a week before the events of one fateful day that would unfold to form one of the most tragic memories that I still carry with me. I'd stopped at my locker to grab my books for earth science and algebra, Stephanie halting as she walked towards her. Stephanie halting as she walked towards her next class, taking advantage of both our daily routines. A quick kiss on the cheek, so as to not attract the attention of the school disciplinarian, and off we'd go to our separate ways, our schedules not bringing us together until our lunch period. See you soon, Stephanie said as she turned to leave. It was at that moment that I remembered that strange sign in the woods on the outskirts of town, but I would not get a chance to make further inquiry until lunchtime. Hey, how's it going? Stephanie asked me as I sat down beside her, tray full of compartmentalized slop in hand. Not bad. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you something. I prepared her. Ask me what? She replied. Outside of town, headed out on Route 7 on the right-hand side of the road, there's this sign. It's in the woods a ways, and it says, "See you soon," Stephanie interjected. Yeah, that. What the hell is that for? I asked, the awkward and unsettling fixture rising to conscious thought. That's part of an old local legend about Ambivalence Grove. You probably haven't heard it yet, have you? She inquired, the rest of the table squabbling over petty adolescent issues, oblivious to our hushed and private conversation. No, not yet. There's a local legend about this place? You mean like Slender Man or Bigfoot or something? I enthusiastically prodded, excitement washing over me at the thought of immersion within my very own hometown myth. I've never seen anything but that old sign to corroborate the truth of it all, but that sign's been out in those woods for as long as I can remember. Some of the older people in town, my dad included, tell a story of an old forgotten place up on the hill, through the woods past the sign. A quarry town by the name of Ambivalence Grove, its landmark sign long since deteriorated, leaving only the sentimental statement between there and the township's billboard to remain standing to this day, the one that says, "See you soon," she continued, and I listened intently. Now, if you head up through those woods and up that hill, you'll find its remnants of old foundations and overgrown trails, formerly dirt roads. Stephanie paused. Okay, so why is this place considered legendary or whatever? I implored her. Because no one knows what happened there. The story goes that the town seemed normal enough, its residents pleasant to talk to, and scenery was mundane. But there were claims of heinous acts, unspeakable deeds performed by its citizens behind closed doors and beyond the sight of outsiders. No one ever discovered anything concrete or damning, so rumors remained speculation. Until one day, everyone excuse me, everyone in Ambivelance just vanished. Tales passed down recall freshly made pies and cups of tea left to sit upon tables and counters, the tracks of animals behind fences, but no livestock to be found anywhere. It was as if the entire town just got together and suddenly left in the night, leaving everything where it lay. Some say the citizens began reporting sightings of a strange shadow man hanging around outside their homes in the middle of the night, standing still as a statue and looking upon their houses with unknown intent. They claimed that he would only come out at night, never speaking a word, and then be gone by morning. No one ever saw the figure do anything malicious. No one ever experienced anything malevolent, but the sight of this man gave all who looked upon him a great sense of unease. Again, outsiders fortunate enough to hear these occurrences unfolding in Ambivelance considered them to be nothing more than the constructs of an over-imaginative mind or products of their supposed secretive misdeeds. In either case, this hearsay went unattended. But after the town's members disappeared, people in the area claimed to have experienced sightings of this shadow man, who has been since aptly named Mr. Midnight, the Midnight Man of Ambivalence Grove. Ask anybody in school. Everybody knows that if you go out to that old sign, under the light of a blue moon, that the Midnight Man will appear and lead you through the woods and up the hill to Ambivalence Grove. People say that when you get there, the town will have been resurrected in all its antiquated glory. The residents will be gathered within their respective homes, fearful of the outside and of the Midnight Man, their faces disfigured, their limbs contorted, bodies misshapen. Once within the town limits, the Midnight Man of Ambivalence Grove will stop at nothing in an attempt to keep you from leaving. If he succeeds, and you stay too long, he will gain what he desires, adding you to his immortal, perpetual collection of tortured human souls, doomed to spend forever in agony. Stephanie finished up her dramatic tale. At first, I honestly didn't believe her, that there even was a local legend associated with that old sign outside of town. So, after lunch had ended, I decided to follow up by asking a few of my friends about it. To my absolute surprise, Stephanie was telling the truth. Apparently, nearly every kid in the school, having lived there their entire lives, had heard of this old story. Some even claimed to have seen the Midnight Man, late at night, walking the lonely roads at night just outside of town. Others going as far as to look up information on the town's recorded history. But aside from a few ambiguous city records contained in nearby townships, almost all records of its existence had nearly been erased or forgotten. As far as the rest of the world was concerned, Ambivalence Grove, New York, does not and has never existed. This is one curiosity I made sure to make special note of. The other was the definition of a blue moon, which is the second full moon taking place within a single month, something that only happens once in a great while, and was occurring the following Saturday night. My intentions were solidified. If I was overwhelmed by what-ifs and possibilities of movie-like escapades, I was overwhelmed by what-ifs and the possibilities of movie-like escapades. I had to talk her into it, but it had to be Stephanie. She was a year older than I and able to drive. My friends had planned this big party at Dave's house since his parents were heading out of town and refused to give up that opportunity. Some of them even tried to stop me by telling me of their own supposed experiences, waiting out by that old sign under a blanket of a blue moon's glow. They swore to me that the legend was real, and that they had seen Mr. Midnight, but hesitated in following him up. I'll get it this time. But hesitated in following him up the old hill to Ambivelance. They tried to warn me, but I didn't listen, shrugging it off as an excuse for not bailing on a night of underage drinking and possibly getting laid. I shouldn't have done that. I should have listened. The plan was to meet at Dave's house, like I had told my mom and dad I was doing anyway, them dropping me off in the early afternoon before Dave's parents would leave and the festivities would begin. Once guests had started to arrive, Steph would come pick me up at Dave's and we would sneak off and explore the legend surrounding Ambivalence Grove firsthand. Even though she had formally agreed, she had her hesitations upon making her arrival to the party. But her mind was easily persuaded when I presented her with two options. One, we could remain at the party and hang out with a bunch of underage drunken lunatics doing God knows what, subjecting ourselves to buffoonery and idiocy. Or two, we could head out and avoid the foolishness by investigating something I deemed harmless and feebly conceived. Once presented with these choices, her indecisiveness swayed, and we were on our way before the beer pong table had even been set up. The night was chilly and calm and ominously still. The full swing of night had descended around us, but the glow of the full moon provided enough light to illuminate our path across the road and into the woods, the sign blurry but visible through the dense vegetation in the distance ahead. A little bushwhacking and suffered abrasions from thorns, our place beside the sign had been taken. "See you soon," read the large red letters, old and cracked, its details much more articulated due to our close proximity. The two of us passed the time by doing what teenagers do without the guidance of parental supervision, including a blunt and consuming a couple of cans of beer that I had swiped from Dave's father's fridge basement. That I had swiped from Dave's father's basement fridge. Time flies when you're having fun, and it didn't seem to take long for my watch to signal the arrival of midnight. The both of us stood to our feet, scanning our nearby surroundings for anything out of place, any sight of the Midnight Man. Nothing. We remained patient for quite some time, but the intensity faded out into apathy and eventually disinterest as we both resumed conversing and making out. The sound of a small twig snapping in two broke our silence, putting an end to our sucking face, jolting our attention back to the woods around us. Stephanie let out a loud yelp behind me while my head was turned. I resituated my positioning on the ground to look off into the direction that she now faced, her eyes unblinking and resolute in their focused stare. Slowly, and so very quietly, I stood to my feet, pulling on her shirt so as to help her to do the same. Our movements, like that of attempting to avoid detection of a very large, hungry bear, and our hearts racing in a very similar way. A distance from us, just barely noticeable and completely unmoving, stood a tall, man-like figure, his visage darker than the surrounding night. He stood as inert as the trees, and if not for the dim glow of the moonlight shining through the canopy above, we may have been unable to see him at all. I could not tell if it was a coat that the man was wearing, or just a stain on reality that blurred the majority of his torso. The outline of a wide brim encircled the circumference of the rounded black mass that formed at the top of his head. Stephanie and I gawked in awe, unable to speak. That is, until I took a gulp and hesitantly called out to it. "Hello?" I said meekly. The man did not move. He stood there for a few moments that seemed to pass like hours, and without any trigger or warning, he turned and began sauntering off into the blackness of the trees beyond him, up the hill, towards the ruins of Ambivelance that I had recently heard so much about. "Did that shit really just happen?" I asked, intending to get a response from Steph. She said nothing, still having yet to blink. "What do you think? Should we follow him?" I prodded again. "Are you fucking kidding me?" Stephanie finally spoke up. "No way I'm going up there. I didn't think any of this was real. You saw what just happened. God knows what will happen if we go up there," she persisted. I did realize that she was probably right, so, shaken up pretty bad, the two of us started to head back for the car. Out of the woods, across the street and to the vehicle, only to be stopped by shock and dismay. "See you soon." That ominous message on the sign had been scratched down the side of Stephanie's car. "Steph, your car," I said in a slight whisper. "Let's get the fuck out of here. I've had enough for one night," Stephanie said with panic in her voice. We jumped inside and she started the car with haste, the engine turning over with ease. No sooner did the motor kick over and she placed the car into drive and peeled away, speeding down the road in a desperate attempt to leave that unsettling happening behind us. Sure, we got back to town and to where we were going without issue, but all the time, I could not shake the unnerving feeling of being watched. Stephanie was too keen on being left by herself to... excuse me. Stephanie wasn't too keen on being left by herself to deal with things alone, but it wasn't possible for her to spend the night without... Stephanie wasn't too keen on being left by herself to deal with things alone, but it wasn't possible for her to spend the night without getting in serious trouble, and I had resigned myself to sleeping at Dave's house, or I may have been found out as well. The two of us embraced each other for a good night before I exited the car and Stephanie pulled from Dave's parents' driveway. Sneaking into Dave's house was really easy, as he had shown me where the key was during one of the first times that I had gone over to visit him. The house was destroyed, and if the remaining members hadn't drunk so much alcohol, the clatter of empty beer cans that I was tripping over would have surely roused them from slumber. Quietly, I made my way over to the empty love seat in the living room, one of my friends snoring from somewhere unseen in the dark, and laid down for the evening, trying to forget what I had experienced, yet reveling in the fact that I had made it back, able to account what had happened. My cell phone beeped in my pocket. Now, my phone makes different noises depending on the action. Specialized ringtone of the Star Wars theme, a certain sound effect for text messages, etc. So, depending on the noise, I know what to expect when I pull it from my pocket. It was a text message, and the text was from Stephanie. "I think he's here." "Who's there?" I replied. "The Midnight Man. I think I saw him outside my bedroom window." "Lock your doors. Are your parents home?" "Yes, but it's okay. I think he's gone now." "Are you sure?" "Yes, I don't see him anymore. Probably just a trick of the eyes. I'm really tired." "Then get some sleep." "Planning on it. Have to think about what to tell my parents about my car." "Tell them I did it. They likely will blame me anyway." "You're probably right. Going to get some sleep. Text you in the morning." "Good night." Night. Once I knew that she was home safely behind her excuse me. Once I knew that she was home behind the safety of her parents' doors, sleep found me swiftly. When I first awoke, let me read that again. Once I knew she was behind the safety of her parents' doors at home, sleep found me swiftly. When I first awoke, I noticed nothing out of place. Everyone still sleeping off from the previous night of debauchery. I made my way to the bathroom. As I relieved myself, something cold, almost wet, on my upper body. When I paid it further attention, I noticed it felt as though my shirt felt tacky and cold as it draped my torso. I looked down and found myself in disbelief, having to reaffirm what I was presented with by experiencing its texture through touch and visually identifying it in the mirror, as if needing a third opinion. Blood. My shirt was splotched with blood. When I lifted it to check for wounds, I found myself unable to grapple with the facts of reality, questioning existence, bargaining to truly wake up. I tried calling Steph immediately. No answer. I called over and over again. Finally, someone picked up. The man on the other end I assumed to be Stephanie's father. I asked him if I could speak to her, but when he asked me who was calling, I knew it was not her father on the other end. Once I asked who I was speaking with, the person identified themselves as a Detective Williamson. I don't know if he wanted to hear my reaction or simply felt I deserved to know. Honestly, I think it was the former, but what he told me next made me tremble in trepidation. Stephanie had gone missing, and it appeared as if there was a struggle. The detective asked if he could speak with me in person, and I agreed, knowing that if I didn't, I would have painted myself guilty. Agreeing on a time in which to meet, I hung up the line and ran over to the mirror, desperately trying to wash the bloody letters scribed across my naked chest. Something had broken in, lifted my shirt without my waking, and painted, "See you soon," on my chest in blood. Okay, now I do apologize for the multiple mess ups and a couple of double restarts and voices just not cooperating with me. But that was the Midnight Man of Ambivalence Grove. There is more to this story. Like I said, it is a trilogy. I really hope you guys liked it. I know this is one of the stories that I like, so I hope you enjoy it as well. It's been about a half an hour so far, so I'll try and keep this thing rolling with some Q&A. I don't have any like backup stories or anything to read. Yeah, I had some. There was definitely some in there. I was actually expecting myself to do a lot worse than what I did, so in that respect, I'm happy. Thank you very much. I'm very, very glad that you guys liked this one. Really, I am. The next one is Return to Ambivalence Grove, and then the finale is Leaving Ambivalence Grove. Hey, Doughboy's here. I did not see the Doughboy. Hey, Idiotic Synergy, what's going on? Aliyah Bennett, welcome. I hope I said Aliyah. I hope I said it correctly. Tales of Terror, welcome. If I've missed anybody, like I said, while I'm narrating, doing my reading thing, I'm not really watching the chat. So if you like jumped in while I was doing stuff, I just want to say I'm sorry if I missed you, but hello and welcome. Alia. I mean, I can spell it. It's a very nice looking name. Either pronunciation, at least the ones that I'm chewing on and spitting out, sound like a very nice name. So it is very nice to meet you. He put fire symbols. Thank you very much, ISB, Angel, Boggs, Nightmare. Thank you, really, all of you. Yeah, sorry, ISB. Once a month, the last Friday of every month, I do a live reading. I don't know if you guys have heard. Some have told. I just bought a GoPro, last weekend, and got myself my hands on an EMF meter. So I might be recording some paranormal investigation type stuff, around where I live and whatnot. So might see a few of those kinds of videos up on the channel as well, shortly. So, you found me because of Gothic Rose. Gothic is great. Gothic, she's been around for, even my old channel, Sociopathic Pasta. She's done a lot of work with me, a lot of collaborations with like the Locust Lakes and stuff like that. Gothic is amazing. She's awesome. And she like helped promote me and stuff like that when this channel started up. So much love to the Gothic Rose, and much love to you all. And I think this child has joined us.
Have I joined us?
I don't know. Have you? You can come say hi to peoples.
Hola, the peoples.
The child is saying hola.
Hola, amigos. I only speak Spanish now. Si.
You speak Japanese.
And English. I love how we just skip over English.
You speak English now?
Oh my god. This is so new. How am I speaking these words so fluently? It's very
Yeah,
hard to
I
speak.
probably will. A lot of my investigations, most of them will be daytime investigations. There's actually a place right near me called Murderer's Creek. It's supposed to be a pretty haunted location. Dead girl rises out of the water in the early mornings and stuff like that. So I'd like to go visit it out. Visit it. I would like to go to go to a hospital. Yeah, we could do that. It doesn't have to be abandoned. I guess I can go to a real hospital. That'd be kind of cool. I like to go to some abandoned places. I'd like to have the permission. I don't want to get in trouble. And I'd really like to get a press pass. There is a haunted cemetery in a town called Troy, not too far from here. It's called Pinewood. It's like one of the most haunted cemeteries in the country. And it's very well patrolled by police. I don't want to get in trouble. So I would like to go there, but I would very much like to get like a press pass or something like that. That way I could be like, oh no, I'm doing something for a blog. So I think a press pass is like $50 or something like that. So it's something to that I'll be looking into. But yeah, so you might see Sociopathic Investigations coming soon to the channel. So
you should just make a whole new channel for it.
No, I'm going to add to this one. Paranormal Investigations once a month in the warmer months. I'm not going to do too much paranormal investigation when it's
Sorry, ghosties, but we're gonna have to ignore you during the winter.
Yup. And get free roam during the winter time.
Winter and late fall.
Yep. I mean, we could. I mean, there's plenty of cemeteries around that I'm allowed to go to. Especially if I get back home by Locust Lake. Tons of cemeteries back there that I know I can go to without any kind of issue. And they're old. They're very old, out in the boonies, middle of the woods type cemeteries. So that's always fun. Murder and death is always fun, you know? Shiloh agrees.
I keep dropping bacon.
Why are you dropping the bacon?
I'm dropping the bacon.
Stop dropping the bacon.
I'm dropping the bacon. No, not the bacon.
That's cool. I listen to stories if I have time. I don't actually have. I work like 50 hours a week, and I write and I narrate, and I'm editing books, and it gets crazy. I don't have as much time to listen to stories as I'd like to, but I used to. When I worked construction, that's kind of what got me through the day, was my college textbooks and scary stories that I would download and put on my phone. So I know all about that. That is a good time. So I'm glad you got to enjoy your day yesterday.
He also has a family that he takes care of, which is why everybody should stop saying that I am a hostage that he is keeping in his basement, being forced to be a mascot. No.
You're a hostage now?
I'm a hostage.
That's the rumor going around the internet. Is
Yeah.
you're a hostage?
Yeah.
Hello, internet. That's just a theory, a family theory.
Thanks for killing.
All right, yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, yeah, that was funny. That was good.
See?
So, all right. So, I mean, I don't have a whole lot else for the night. Like, I'll try and keep the stand up going here as far as I can, but I am not a comedian by any means, and I am I'm running on very low steam. So if you guys got anything, legendary years, maybe you not want to. Funny story about that. The legendary years made Shiloh, my daughter, not want to go to Disney either. In fact, she refused to listen to that story when I put it up last week. She did not listen.
He was like, Shiloh, come here. And I was like, what? And I came out here. And he was like, look. And I was like, no. And then I just went back in my room.
She just turned around, noped out, turned back around. Good night, CCG. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, very, very, the very, very true accent probably was you. But yeah, apparently that's the rumor now. So it's caught on.
That's
my daughter. Yeah, she is. She's got quite the personality for sure.
Comedy Pog.
Comedy Pog.
Comedy Pog. I wonder what goes through your guys' heads when I say Pog, because you have no idea what it means.
I looked it up.
You looked it up?
I did.
Why?
Because I'm going to be 40 this weekend, and I need to look up these new slang words so I can keep up with these kids.
Did you just see, like, the picture of a Pog face?
No. It means cool.
It does.
That's what it means.
Important, but when you go to images, you just see...
I don't know why you can't... I don't understand why you can't just say cool. It's not like Pog is shorter to say. It's
Pog
both
is a Twitch thing, and it's amazing, and you wouldn't understand the meme.
You wouldn't understand the meme when it was originally a meme, and the original meme was a running gag. Before the internet, memes were running gags.
An almost 40-year-old and an 11-year-old. Fight it out on camera. Face reveal, not clickbait. I had to add that one. I had to.
You little faith shy. Yeah. She has enough faith, I think. So
Enough. Enough to thrive.
Well, I don't know about thrive. Enough to get by. Muddle
Enough
through.
To just scoot through the crowd. I'm kicking things.
It's all right. You can kick things.
Well, it's not good if I end up kicking the PC and then the PC goes. and just dies.
The computer's not gonna die because
It's
you
gonna
kicked my
die
shoe.
because I lightly kicked it. I'm gonna go, and then bam. I'm gonna slightly just.
You gotta get up and start doing blood and beans with me and your mother on Sunday mornings.
I am tired.
Like, seriously, you're good at this. You're good at the banter.
Although if I have to wake up at 9 in the morning, I might need to fuel up on soda because I stay up too late.
8, actually, because I stream
so even
by
worse.
9, so I can be done by 10, because I don't want to interrupt Raven's thing. Because Raven does coffee in the morning and starts at 10 o'clock, and he was doing it first, and it would seem very rude of me to start doing the same thing at the same time.
Whoopie! Whoopie! We're stealing your brand!
So I don't want to do that. Oh, yeah, she's very, very intelligent, Fuzzy. She keeps me on my toes for sure.
I'm gonna go get Pepsi. I'll be right back. Don't end up.
Yeah, I know. 9 Central is. Oh, so he's 8 to 9. I thought he was 10 to 11. I thought he started at 10. So 8, 9 Central. So he starts at 8. So as long as I start at 9 o'clock, that's fine. I still don't. Either way, I don't want to overlap his. That's like the most important thing to me. I don't want to impede on Raven's thing. There's I don't know, like an unspoken ethical code between content creators. Like, you can take my idea, just like, don't do it at the same time that I am. Like, well, come on now.
That's literally just YouTube. Just a bunch of people doing the same thing, but in different ways.
Yes, you got to have an angle.
Exactly.
You got to have an angle. That's the key to it all.
Like, that is what I've learned. Each year of YouTube has been just the same thing. 2017, weird challenges and 24-hour challenges that could or could not get you in jail.
I watched someone try and do a 24-hour challenge inside of FNAF VR.
Yeah.
They only made it 16 hours.
That's how you die.
I would love to try that.
I need that.
You would spend 24 hours in
I would just
Pizzeria?
throw stuff at Glitch Trap the whole time. Just
sitting there throwing
take this candy bar, child murderer. That can't even kill kids themselves, because if they do and they get touched by the child, they turn into a plushie.
I don't want to be a plushie.
You're not the child murderer. You just murder everything. Except for cats. And animals in general. Like Jason.
Jason's awesome. Don't bring Jason.
Jason is awesome. That's why he's in this. He's in the same realm as FNAF. A little bit higher than FNAF, to be honest.
Of course. But I see what you're getting at, because Purple Guy is the Jason Voorhees of the FNAF series.
Exactly.
I see what you're going with this. See,
the purple grape.
If I need to know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, like any kind of lore, I either go to MatPat or I go to my daughter, because she knows just as much, maybe more, of the FNAF lore and shit. So
whenever I appear, there's always going to be a FNAF reference. So
it happens. It definitely happens. I'm very, very proud, for sure. I'll be a plushie. And Dark Angel says she'll be a plushie.
She'll be a plushie.
I don't want to be a plushie.
Oh, God. Excuse-moi. I burped.
You're excused. Oh, MatPat. I love MatPat. MatPat's got some great FNAF theories.
Yeah.
Psychic friend Fredbear.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere.
Who you gonna call? Psychic friend Fredbear. Okay, so now you've witnessed that little daddy-daughter moment. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. It's been about an hour.
That's an ending thing now. We don't say bye. We just do that.
We just do the psychic friend
and
Fredbear thing,
knows.
and everyone knows. That's what we do. That's how we start closing out the shows now. Okay. Well, I mean, if you guys have anything you want to punch in, go ahead and punch it in. I will go ahead and I'll respond before I close out the stream. But you also know where to find me. A lot of you, are part of my Discord and stuff like that. And I'm hoping I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are dropping Suspicious Locations. It is my sister location story and is a follow-up sequel to Two Friends at Freddy's. So I really, really hope you guys stop in for the story. I've actually listened to it 3 times already on my own because it is really, really good. At least I think it's really good. I've enjoyed it. That's why I keep going back and listening to it. So I hope you guys like it. Somber Puppet is in it. He actually plays a really big role in the story. I gave him quite a few lines, and he did fantastic. So really hope you guys check that out tomorrow. I hope you guys will certainly be there. Yeah, I love Saturdays too, man, for sure.
Saturdays are the best days.
Yeah, I know. I live for Saturdays. Thank you guys so much for stopping in to this stream, putting up with my sick self while I muscled my way through that story. Really do hope you guys look forward to the repurposed version of this, because I will be putting in Mary P for all of Stephanie's lines. And she's already sent them to me. It's just a matter of me, downloading this and clipping them in. So be on the lookout for that. Probably next Wednesday is when I'll go ahead and release it. So cool. I would make a good plushie, a sociopathic plushie. I could see it.
You would. Just sitting there with your spiky mask.
I would need big glowy eyes, though.
Somebody that is not me, because I'm terrible at drawing males. Draw Dad as a plushie.
Draw Dad as a plushie.
Do it.
Then you'll have a dad plushie picture.
Exactly.
You have a picture of your
dad. That will be my profile picture on Discord. I'll do it.
Oh man, that's amazing.
That will happen.
Yeah, I'll do it.
If you draw it. That's the only thing that's gotta happen. You guys gotta draw it. I gotta
sociopathic
place it
plushie.
On my Discord.
Nightmare's already got. She's like probably working on it already as soon as she mentioned it.
It was already happening.
It's like she's like halfway. She's like halfway done with the picture. No, no problem. Challenge accepted. Here you go. All right. Well, I'm gonna go have a little bit of a rest. I actually might play a little bit of FNAF VR tonight. If I do, I'll probably stream it to Facebook. I will see you guys on the Discord. Thank you so much for stopping into this stream. I absolutely love you all. I will release you so you can all go forth and about your busy Friday nights and go party and have fun, and please be safe out there, man. I really, really love all of you guys. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, I know I absolutely love her. She's like my prized possession if she was a possession. And considering she's not 18, she kind of still is. So that's where we're going to leave it. I will see you guys around. Hope to see you guys tomorrow at the premiere, and have a fantastic night.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.